Hey, yesterday, not one, not two, but three references to Colin Kaepernick back in the Stephen A. Smith, Drew Pearson, the former Cowboy, and then frickin' Steph Curry. It's like if I want to be seen as a social justice warrior, not too much, but just enough, I got to mention Cap in my world. Is that what we're seeing? What are we doing here?
Oh, he's a clown. Colin Kaepernick is, I don't know how anybody pays attention to him after that Netflix documentary where he turned the slave trade into the NFL draft. As absurdly ridiculous of a historical analogy has ever been made in my life. We could run through the difference between slave auctions and the NFL draft. And, a big difference is it wasn't voluntary. And also, I don't remember any slaves signing multi-million-dollar contracts and choosing to put themselves through professional athletics. And so, look, I think that he is like the mask at this point. He's a symbol of social virtue for people who aren't very smart and don't care about data or analytics or facts. And so when I look around and see somebody wearing a mask at this point, I just think, you poor, pathetic soul, your life must be filled with fear. And I can't imagine living like that personally. And if you are a Colin Kaepernick person, you are so obsessed with victim culture that I can't imagine thinking like that either. See, I believe ultimately what I've tried to do in my life, for better or worse, is believe in the primacy of the individual, which is you are the determining factor of your success or failure, no matter what your race, religion, sexuality is. That's the benefit of living in America today. You are the pilot. You are the captain of your ship, and you will go as far as your own work ethic and aptitudes and talents will take you. I believe that's true. And the other part of that is, as I have gotten older, the thing that I admire the most is fearlessness. And I have tried to, in my life, strip as much fear away from my life as possible. And this, look, I'm middle-aged now, so maybe this is some form of wisdom, but we all know how the story ends, right? Unless one of you out there is thinking, hey, I'm going to be immortal, then we all know how the story ends. We're all going to end up dead and buried and gone, right? Hate to kill everybody's vibe this morning. You know how the story ends. How much fun are you going to have till the end? How much challenge are you going to put into your life? Are you going to be afraid of failure or not? I'm just not. And so when you know how the story ends, you might as well fill the time between now and when the story ends with as much joy, with as much fun, with as much of what you love as is possible. And so I can't imagine being so afraid of death. I'm just not. I'm going to die. And in 200 years, is it going to make a big difference whether I died in 2040 or 2060? Probably not. Nobody's going to care. Do you walk around in the funeral in the cemeteries and be like, man, if that guy had lived 4 more years longer, like his whole life would have been different. I mean, my theory is live as if there aren't going to be a lot more days. You'll be happier. And so I'm not afraid. The whole COVID thing, I think, boiled down basically to risk analysis. I'm afraid for my kids as a parent, but for my own self, I'm not afraid at all. And then the other component of that is, just believe in your own individual ability and don't consider yourself to be a victim. My favorite stat, I try to tell every group of young people that I talk to, Dan, you'll appreciate this. If you graduate high school, if you don't have a kid until you're 25 years old, and if you get married, your rate of poverty in the United States is 0. That doesn't seem like a really difficult aspirational goal. Graduate high school, get married, don't have a kid until you're 25 years old, right? If you can just do those 3 things, I can't guarantee you're going to be rich, but I can guarantee that you're not going to be poor. I don't know why that's like we don't drill that into every kid's head the minute they start kindergarten. Everybody can graduate high school. Everybody can wait to have a kid till they're 25, and everybody can get married. If you can do those 3 things, you will not be poor. Doesn't matter where you start. You can start in a really poor household. Doesn't matter what your race is, doesn't matter what your orientation is, all those things. Anyway, I just hammer it home to every young group I can, because I believe in the power of the individual, as opposed to this idea that everybody's a victim.